Hello everybody and welcome back to the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors Dynasty. The Warriors are 5-1 in Mountain West play so far, and will finish off the regular season today against UNLV and Wyoming. UNLV is currently ranked 25th, being ranked for the first time this season. UNLV is second in the Mountain West in points per game, behind only Boise State. Boise State is pretty much dominating in every category when it comes to offense. We know that they're just kind of on a different level to all the other Mountain West teams, but UNLV appears to just be the best of the rest in just about every category as well. In the last episode, we saw Micah Alihado lead this team to their best offensive performance in weeks after Davis went down with an injury. Currently, his wear and tear is still pretty significant despite the risk of injury being low. And with Alihado showing what he could do a week ago, we are going to give him the nod to start against UNLV. Now, I do still believe that Davis is the more long-term option, and in fact, Alihado has a deal breaker right now due to our playing style. But I do want to see if that wave of offense will continue or if it was just a fluke against an ill-prepared San Diego State team. As for recruiting, it is going pretty much about the same as it has been, where we tend to have a lead on most of our players, but also some teams are starting to pursue these players that they were not previously, like Joe Presley, for example, now has Army in the mix. The biggest one to mention right now, though, is quarterback Max McKee from Carson, California, as UCLA has really started to go after him. Unfortunately, I just don't think that we have the resources or the points to contend with UCLA, especially the way that they are gaining right now. So I think we're just going to have to move on from Max McKee and find a different quarterback recruit elsewhere. Back on the road for the Rainbow Warriors, the Cinderella run. Will it continue for Hawaii as they'll face off against UNLV? A team that has been one of the best in the Mountain West. It's really them and Boise State at the top of the charts. Can Hawaii prove that they belong there this year, or will UNLV prove it's a fluke? Hawaii will start with the football today, and Micah Alihado will get his opportunity to start in this one. Davis is suited up. If we feel like we need him, we can sub him in, but for now, it'll be Alihado's team as he misses a throw immediately. But it looks like he's getting bailed out by a DPI call. UNLV has won the last two meetings between these two teams. Definitely the favorite here today as they're in the backfield to stop Cam Barfield. So a 2nd and 13 now. So we're back to pass once again. And over the middle, it's Pefele Ashlock with the reception and near a first down. 3rd and inches at the 37. Alihado, quick throw underneath for Nick Senecal. Can't make the man miss, but he approaches midfield down at the 48. First down for the Bows. We'll go back to the ground here. Cam Barfield finds some running room and a pickup of 9. 2nd and 1. Alihado back to pass again. And now scrambling to the left side and just going to have to throw this one away. 3rd and short, less than a yard to go. Alihado delayed handoff to Barfield will get it done. And we're to the 37 in UNLV territory. Quality drive so far as Alihado looks to throw again. Maybe going to scramble here, and he does. Heading out of bounds at the 32. 3rd and 5 from the 32. Micah Alihado with some pressure being sent. Finds Jackson Harris, but he's short of the first. But they want us to go for it. So the offense stays on the field out of the shotgun. Alihado to throw, takes a hit, and it falls incomplete. He was looking for Nick Senecal, but now UNLV will take over after the turnover on downs. UNLV is led by quarterback Alex Orji, another former Michigan quarterback. There's a couple of those here in the Mountain West this season as Jaden Thomas gets the first carry of the day, and he can't be brought down. Finally down at the 44. That was about 3 failed tackles on Thomas's first carry of the day. He's the best halfback we have faced this season. This is a screenplay. Tim Malo on the tackle. 2nd and 5 from just in front of the 50. And it'll be a handoff to Thomas. Tim Malo's in the backfield again, and there is no gain. 5 yards to go for the first, as Orji is looking to pass and has all kinds of time, taking a shot deep down the field. That is caught behind Peter Monuma. A huge first down for UNLV as a jump ball is caught at the 21. First and 10 from basically in the red zone. Thomas is going to lose a yard. They'll say he got back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10. Fake handoff Thomas, and then a screen set up for his receiver. That's going to go for 5. So third down, it's an empty set for Alex Orji. And he will lob one to the corner of the end zone, which is out of bounds, it looks like. And on 4th and 5, their offense is also staying on the field. Neither team choosing to go for the points with the field goal. 4th and 5 here for the Rebels. Orji throwing over the middle. That is caught by his tight end, and it's a 1st and goal for UNLV. From the 5 now, will this go to the ground? It does. Thomas on a carry. Tim Malo in the backfield again. So they'll try it again from the 5. Orji out of the shotgun. This is not Jaden Thomas. This is Jalen Glover, and he gets to the 1. Glover, a very capable back in his own right. Now it's 3rd down and goal. Thomas up the middle. He's into the end zone for 6, and UNLV will get on the board first. Jaden Thomas, he started the drive with a huge carry, breaking several tackles. He'll finish it off diving in for a touchdown. First down, Hawaii, down by 7 early in this one. As Alihado's going to step up, and he's going to take a sack, a loss of 5. 2nd and 15 now. Alihado back to pass, scrambling and tossing this to Cam Barfield, who gets back to the line of scrimmage and a couple extra yards. 3rd down and 8. Alihado looking to throw, actually going to take off to scramble. Nothing but open field in front of Micah Alihado, who steps out of bounds at the UNLV 41. A huge pickup on the carry for the quarterback. On 1st and 10, Alihado looks to throw again. He wants Nick Senecal, and he will make the grab out of bounds at the 20. 1st and 10, Rainbow Warriors in the red zone. Screen set up for Barfield. The blocking did not get far enough outside. It's going to lose 2 yards, and that is the end of the first quarter. 2nd and long to start the second quarter as Alihado is back to pass, scrambling to the left. There is nobody even close to Micah Alihado as he steps in for 6. We vacated the left side of the field to allow for such a possibility, and UNLV did not account for it. And Alihado will scramble for a touchdown, all knotted up here in Vegas. First down, Rebels. Tied back up. The game is basically reset as Thomas will pick up 2 yards on his next carry. 2nd and 8. Orji looks to throw. Blitz being sent. He had a man open over the middle, but it's behind him and a bit high. So the missed throw leads to a 3rd down and 8. Orji back to pass and over the middle finds Thomas, and that's good enough for a 1st. Up to the 36 now, still out of the shotgun. Thomas still in the backfield. He will get another carry here. Elijah Palmer brings him down, but it's still a solid pickup of 7. 2nd and short as Thomas will get another carry. Bounces this to the outside. Another tackle for Elijah Palmer, but it's another 1st for the Rebels. From the 47 now, Thomas on another carry tries to hit the spin move, but Edwards rips him down. 2nd down as Orji will play action to Glover and then throw this to Glover. Jalen Smith comes over to make the tackle though. 3rd down and 6 for UNLV, just outside of field goal range at this point, I would say. Alex Orji over the middle. It's going to be another 1st down as they convert again. We are having problems stopping this UNLV offense on 3rd down situations. Jaden Thomas breaks 2 tackles, spins away from a couple more defenders. Elijah Palmer, can he stop him? No. A touchdown for Jaden Thomas. What a play from the superstar halfback. I have never seen a back do something quite so filthy in my time as a college football creator, but Jaden Thomas did us dirty, and UNLV is back up by a touchdown. We have not struggled to stop the run this year up until this point, where Jaden Thomas is just kind of owning us. Cam Barfield will pick up 8 on his first carry of the new drive. On 2nd and 2, Alihado will look to throw, and down goes Micah Alihado, losing 8. 3rd down and 10 from the 25. Micah Alihado to throw. He wants Nick Senecal, who comes down with it and with a 1st. From the 36 now, a blitz being sent. Alihado throwing downfield for Cam Barfield, who was forgotten about due to the blitz, and it's a touchdown for the Rainbow Warriors on a big play. We are not normally a big play team. A collapse by the defense, sending one too many blitzers and leaving the halfback unaccounted for. Touchdown, Hawaii. First and 10 UNLV, as this one is turning into a little bit of a shootout here. A screen set up, and that's going nowhere. I know 14-14 isn't exactly a high-scoring affair necessarily in college football, but it is for this season so far for Hawaii, as most games are not even this high scoring at halftime. Down goes Alex Orji. 3rd and 17. They start from their own 8. Orji with time to the corner. This is incomplete. Swatted away by Elijah Palmer, and UNLV will have to punt it away. Excellent starting field position for the Bows, as UNLV had to punt it out of their own end zone. An opportunity to take the lead here as Barfield cuts this one back and finds more positive yardage. 2nd down and 2. Alihado to throw. It's a screen for Barfield, who has been busy in the receiving game, and he will get another 1st down. A good day so far for Micah Alihado. He will look to throw here again, and he's going to take another sack. A loss of a lot. 2nd and 17 now. Alihado back to pass again, and he's running out of time again. Another sack taken, the 4th of the day for UNLV. No time to throw for Micah Alihado, and that brings us to the 2-minute timeout. 3rd down and 26 yards to go for the first. Alihado scrambling to the right side. Micah Alihado, can he get the 1st down yardage? He's going to do that and a bit more. Micah Alihado all the way up to the 3. A 1st and goal for Hawaii. UNLV is going to need to start keeping a QB spy if they're going to allow those types of plays to be given up. 1st and goal from the 3-yard line, and they will call a timeout. So on our first attempt with goal to go, Barfield is going to lose 3 yards. UNLV will use their 2nd timeout. From the 6 now, Alihado to throw, finds Carson Papunu, and he's into the end zone for 6. Touchdown, Rainbow Warriors. And we will take a lead in this one. Only a minute and a half left in the first half, and already 21 points on the board for Hawaii. So UNLV looking to match us before halftime, wisely using those timeouts to keep some time on the clock, but they're running the football with Jaden Thomas here for some reason, and that's going to eat away at some of the remaining clock. 2nd and 11, Orji to throw, stepping up and over the middle. Might have been a miscommunication. There was nobody even that close. Now it's a 3rd and 11. Wouldn't be entirely surprised to see them go to the ground here, but they decide not to. Alex Orji, and misses his man, looking to throw to the right side. That was Jaden Bradley, the target. Incomplete, and Hawaii still has some time on the clock. So we start from dead on midfield. 1:03 left to play in the first half. Throwing is Alihado, finding Jackson Harris for a pickup of 2. So a 3rd and 8. Alihado scrambling to the left. He's got some open space. He'll get the 1st down. Now there's 19 seconds left in the first half, and Alihado out of the shotgun will look to throw and finds Jackson Harris. We'll use our 2nd timeout. On 2nd and 2. Alihado back to pass again, and just throwing for Nick Senecal. Makes the grab, breaks the tackle, and heads out of bounds. That'll give us one last chance at the end zone before probably just settling for a field goal. Alihado lobbing it for Nick Senecal. He can't come down with it, and we'll just try to take the 3 points. The kick is on its way, and it is through. 3 more for Hawaii as we head to halftime with a 10-point lead for the Rainbow Warriors, 24-14. Micah Alihado might be just what this offense needed to get going. The Rebels do start with the football here in the second half, so an opportunity to get right back in it if they can find the end zone yet again. It's play action to Thomas, and the tight end Gums is found, brought down after a pickup of 4. And UNLV appears to have switched to a tempo style of offense. They will look to throw here, but down goes Alex Orji. It's Logan Taylor in the backfield. 3rd and long now from their own 10. Thomas in the backfield with Orji. As Orji panicking, stepping up, lobbing one deep down the field, and that is caught for a huge pickup. How does he come down with that? Who knows how we allow that big of a play as they continue with tempo, but they're at the Hawai'i 36. Down goes Alex Orji again, our third sack on the day. It's Jalen Smith this time. Didn't even give us time to think about the play that just happened. 2nd and 15 from the 41 for the Rebels. Thomas, down he goes in the backfield, a loss of a yard. 3rd and 16 from the 42. Do they have another miracle in them? Alex Orji takes the check down to Jaden Thomas. Tim Malo, good open field tackle. It's 4th and 2. They'll settle for a field goal attempt. About 45 yards from the left hash for the UNLV kicker. On its way, that one is no problem. They had 3 points to start the second half. 1st and 10 for the Bows, starting from our own 18 this time. It's going to be a handoff to Cam Barfield. Can't make anybody miss, no gain. 2nd down, it'll be play action. Alihado is going to go down immediately. There is no time for play action with this offense. 3rd and 16 to go. Alihado scrambling to the left. Look at Micah Alihado finding open space again. Can he make a man miss? He does. Micah Alihado still heading down the field, up past the 30 and to the UNLV 28. 128 yards on the ground for Micah Alihado. He can't be stopped. UNLV had a miracle play. We have a miracle play of our own. Off of Micah Alihado, Cam Barfield finds a small carry here. Micah has to be absolutely gassed after that huge running play. He will throw over the middle for Oki Salavea, who comes down with his first snag. 6 minutes left to play here in the 3rd quarter, and the Rainbow Warriors are on the move. Cam Barfield, only a pickup of 2. On 2nd and 8, Alihado back to pass again, lobbing to the corner of the end zone, caught by Pefele Ashlock. What a throw and catch from Alihado to Ashlock, just giving his man a chance in the corner of the end zone, and Hawaii will extend their lead. 31 points coming up on the day. I don't want to say time is running out, but it almost kind of is for the Rebels. Alex Orji will hand this off to Thomas, and Dejon Benton with the TFL. 2nd down, 12 yards to go for the first, and over the middle, that is caught by Troy O'Meary. That brings us to a 3rd down and 3. He has Thomas in the backfield, but we have been stopping the run pretty well so far this half as Orji scrambling to the right, gonna do his best Micah Alihado impression, sliding down at the 43. 1st down, UNLV, 3.5 left to play here in the 3rd quarter, still quite a bit of time. As Thomas gets a carry, and it's gonna be a good one, makes Tim Malo miss. And Jemai Otis has to bring him down. Oh, the Rebels on the move. 1st and 10 from the 40, and Orji gonna take off on his own. Takes a pretty big hit from Peter Manuma. 2nd and a very short one. Don't know how this isn't considered 2nd and inches. Pistol formation for the Rebels now. As we're in the backfield immediately, the handoff never got to happen. Dejon Benton with the TFL. 3rd and 5 from the 35 for Orji and company. Tight end in motion, comes into the backfield, and it's going to be a keeper for Orji once again. He's got good blocking down the field, and it's going to be a touchdown for Alex Orji. They're taking a page out of our book. They saw how successful Micah Alihado has been on the ground so far today. They said, anything you can do, we can do better. And Alex Orji, a good athlete in his own right, finds a touchdown, and UNLV is not going away in this one. It is the highest scoring game so far for Hawaii. Most of the time they hold their opponent under 17, and most of the time they score maybe 17. But now it is 31-24 as we approach the 4th quarter. A loss of 4 to start this drive for Cam Barfield sets us up on a 2nd and 14. Alihado is running out of time. Gonna step up and take off, trying to slide down. He'll pick up about 6. 3rd down and 8. Alihado back to pass, takes a hit. He was looking for Jackson Harris. That was almost intercepted at the line of scrimmage. And for the first time in a while, Hawaii is going to have to punt it away here. Like I said, UNLV not going away. It was 31-17, now 31-24. They could tie it up with a touchdown here, as Orji will throw to the right side. That is incomplete. A bit of a hospital pass. 2 seconds left in the third quarter. This should very well be the final play. And it's a handoff to Jaden Thomas, who finds some good running room. Peter Monema brings him down short of the first. It'll be 3rd and 1 as we start the fourth quarter. The number 25 ranked UNLV Rebels currently down a touchdown to the Rainbow Warriors. Jaden Thomas, a nasty spin move, gets him the first down. Well played. Thomas is definitely the most talented back we've faced so far, and you've seen that on display today, as he will get another carry and finds running room where there isn't any, breaks tackles constantly, and picks up 7 where it should have been maybe a yard. He's over 100 yards on the day. Not an easy feat against this Hawaii rush defense. 2nd and 3. It's another handoff. Thomas, O-line doing its job, and it's a first down for the Rebels. On the Hawaii side of the field from the 38 now, Orji hands off Thomas again, and Elijah Palmer can't bring him down. Another spin move as Logan Taylor will exit with an injury on this one. I don't remember seeing him involved in the play. Hopefully he's all right. That means you'll see a bit more of number 11. That's Jemai Otis, a very capable player. But Logan Taylor's been the best tackler in the Mountain West so far this season, as this is complete to the outside for a first down. First down and 10 for UNLV. And it's going to be a keeper for Orji again. Look at this blocking downfield. Palmer finally gets off of his block, and down goes Orji. And now Elijah Robinson is injured, one of our edge rushers. The switch to tempo was clearly a good idea, as they are wearing us down. 1st and goal from the 3, as Thomas nowhere to go. We bring him down, a loss of a lot. Logan Taylor, by the way, back in the game. Not feeling 100%, but feeling good enough to be in. 2nd and goal from the 8. Orji gonna keep it. We don't fall for it this time, but he's got the speed anyway. Touchdown UNLV. Alex Orji is feasting on us now on the ground. And after the PAT, it'll be a tie football game here in Las Vegas. The comeback is complete from the Rebels. We're all knotted up at 31. Feels like the Rebels have been dominating the time of possession so far in this half, and maybe that's the difference here, as Alihado will throw and finds Jackson Harris. My God, he got killed. 8 minutes left to be played. Alihado to throw again, and he's gonna go down. Another sack for UNLV. Just absolutely no time today for Micah Alihado, hence why he's been scrambling so much, and he's gonna go down in the end zone. He fumbles the football, and it's recovered by UNLV. Touchdown Rebels. They'll take a lead in this one. It was 31-17 not that long ago, and in the blink of an eye, it is going to be 31-38. Micah Alihado, trying to use his legs again, goes into the end zone and loses the football. There is no argument that he was down there. That is clearly 6 for UNLV. A total collapse from Hawaii. Defensively, offensively, you name it. We have fallen apart in this one. Cam Barfield gonna get a carry, and up the middle, it's a pretty good one. There's still time to tie it up, but my goodness, all of the momentum lies with UNLV. This is what ranked teams do, though. They make those adjustments, and clearly they made better adjustments than we did, as Cam Barfield is gonna pick up a first. On 1st and 10 from the 38, setting up a screen for Cam Barfield. Need him to pick up speed quickly, and he'll pick up 9 yards here. 5.5 left to play. It's a 2nd down and 1. Barfield, a run to the outside. Lots of running room for Cam Barfield. He's up to the 40. 1st down and 10 for the Bows. Alihado stepping up and firing over the middle for Nick Senecal. It's incomplete. The ball was high. Makes it a 2nd down. Alihado scrambling, open space for Micah Alihado, doing it on the ground again and sliding down at the 22, a 1st down for the Rainbow Warriors. Approaching the red zone. Alihado Throwing, and this is for Jackson Harris, completed. He steps out of bounds at the 2. A much quieter day for Jackson Harris, but he shows up when we need him. There's 4:15 left in this one. It's 1st and goal from the 2. Cam Barfield up the middle. He's not gonna get it. From the 3 now, it's a 2nd and goal. And it's another handoff. Barfield into the end zone. Touchdown, Rainbow Warriors. And they're going to tie this one up once again. What a game this has been. 38-38 in the dying minutes of the 4th quarter. Alex Orji going to hand it off to Jaden Thomas, and Jemai Otis will bring him down. By the way, Elijah Robinson will not be returning in this one. He has a dislocated shoulder. 3 minutes left to play. 2nd and 9. Thomas on a good carry. Tim Malo brings him down, upending him at the 28. There is no rush for UNLV as they only have to get into field goal range. 2.5 left in this one. They definitely have a significant advantage here. Gonna need the defense to get a couple stops, and stops we will get. Down goes Alex Orji. That was Robinson's replacement, Tariq Jones. Now it's 2nd and 15. Orji looking to throw. He's taking a shot deep down the field. He's got a man, and it's caught but out of bounds, incomplete. And it's 3rd and 15. An absolute bomb from Alex Orji. 3rd and 15 from the 23. This is the most significant 3rd down of the game. He's got a man deep again. Elijah Palmer got burned. It's a 1st down for UNLV. You almost never see that from Elijah Palmer, one of the best defenders on this team, getting burned in a crucial moment. A bad throw from Orji goes incomplete. That single play may have just cost Hawaii an opportunity at a victory. It is 2nd and 10 from the 38. There's a man in motion. You got to think UNLV is going to want to be a little bit closer for field goal range, but they're going backwards. It's Dejon Benton once again. 3rd and 17 from the 44. And Orji takes a hit, throws this one away. I don't know how he threw it over there. And they are punting it away on 4th and 17. After the miracle play, we stop them in their tracks around midfield. We will start from our own 25 in the same situation that we just saw the Rebels in, just needing a field goal. Pefele Ashlock will pick up 8. 2nd down and 2, Ali Hado. Looking to throw, running out of time. Down goes Micah Alihado. Hawaii will call a timeout. And Alihado had to step off the field with an injury, so DeMarshuis Davis will come in for one single play. Need 10 yards for the first. Davis back to pass, and down goes Davis, and it's a timeout for UNLV as they stop us in our tracks. It is good starting field position for UNLV. 30 seconds or so left in this one. Jaden Thomas on a carry. He will exit with an injury. That is significant for not only this game, but for the rest of UNLV's season. Jalen Glover, number 20 in the backfield, as I've mentioned, is a very capable back, but Thomas is easily there. What in the world did I just witness? UNLV is gonna score off of the most insane trick play I've ever seen in my life. Alex Orji threw it to JoJo Earl off of his back. Earl makes the grab anyway and goes for 6. You actually cannot make this up. It hit him in the back of the head, bounced over, and then was caught, and we were caught off guard. And I can't say I blame any of our DBs for that. Alihado said he was good to go on the sideline. He's led us this far. We're going to let him finish it out. We need a touchdown. 25 seconds left in this one. A throw for Cam Barfield is knocked out of his hands. 2nd and 10. Alihado throwing for Jackson Harris. It's incomplete once again. 3rd and 10. Obviously 4 down territory for Alihado and company, as he'll throw off his back foot and it's intercepted. It's gonna be a thick 6 to end it, possibly. No, he goes down at the 4, but that is game over. Alihado trying to make miracles happen. He's clearly hurting in this one as he has taken hit after hit after hit, and UNLV is going to survive the Rainbow Warriors and get out of here with a victory. So another loss for Hawaii, but man, did they fight a very good UNLV team with a very promising O-line and backfield. I mean, look at Alex Orji's day. It was fantastic. He was great on the ground, through the air, you name it. This is a capable UNLV team that I could definitely see giving Boise State a run for its money. I think that that pretty much officially puts us out of contention for the Mountain West Conference Championship game. What an absolutely absurd game this was. Just action non-stop. So many scores, turnovers, huge carries from the quarterback, you name it. What an interesting game. Let me know in the comments how you guys feel about Micah Alihado. He is obviously very capable of getting those huge plays. He had a few of them today on the ground. He's actually a little bit more accurate than Davis. I think he had a great game. He was less efficient, but he's more of that sort of scrambler, make crazy throws type of guy. On the ground, he had 124 yards and a touchdown. He did, of course, fumble in the end zone, which it would have been a safety anyway based on where he was. But obviously fumbling there is just an immediate 6 for UNLV. Another kind of mediocre day for Cam Barfield, but you can tell he's a pretty capable back. I think he just needs a better O-line. He is a junior, so maybe we can get him a slightly better O-line in his senior season. Quiet day receiving for really everyone. Barfield, of course, had the deep ball touchdown. Ashlock with the touchdown grab. Senecal 4 for 47. Just didn't throw the ball nearly as much with Alihado since he is much more capable of scrambling than Davis is. Defensively, Jalen Smith leads in solo tackles and Peter Manuma leads in total tackles. Dejon Benton had a great game. 4 TFLs, 2 sacks. Incredible from the DT. He's really come alive here in the second half of the season. So let's go ahead and advance the week, see how that shakes things up, and see what that did for our recruiting battles. Emmanuel Kafka, a right tackle from Fresno, California, has committed to Hawaii, and Dominic Cooks, another edge defender, has also committed from California. And we have unlocked Tactician as a coach ability, which actually could be pretty helpful. We've also unlocked Recruiter, which could also help quite a bit. I may not put any upgrades into these right now, but I'm at the very least gonna unlock Tactician. I want to keep a mostly lore accurate Johnny McNulty, and to me, Johnny is not that much of a recruiter. Johnny, as those of you who watched my UConn Huskies Dynasty know, is the ultimate motivator. When he was on the field for the UConn Huskies, the defense just played better. So to me, he's a motivator first, a tactician second, and a recruiter last. At least that's how I view him in my mind. Dominic Cooks, by the way, is actually an athlete. He reads as a power rushing edge defender, but we'll see how good he is exactly at other positions and kind of just put him where we need him, depending on, you know, what he's good at. Also, I have to at least assume we're doing pretty well in the Mountain West, and we are. Our recruiting has gone very, very well. Obviously, the 1 4-star from Shaq Moffitt. Boise State has only gotten 4 stars so far, 7 of them in total. We do also have 6 3-stars and 4 2-stars. The rest of our commits will mostly be 2 stars with a sprinkle of 3 stars in there, but we do currently have the second best recruiting class in the Mountain West, at least so far. And by the way, keeping Manu Grutadaria on our board has actually helped us out. If you recall, we had a deal breaker for him, I think due to the fact that we weren't getting enough passing yards per game. That number has come up, and our playing style is now appropriate for him once again, so we can possibly secure Manu still. He really is not my main priority anymore, though. I'll put points on him if I have them left over. So the biggest update I can give you right now in recruiting is that Joe Presley is being pretty heavily pursued by Army. It's about even on who's gaining more influence, I think with a slight lean to Army. There's currently no more time to schedule any sort of visits. We are maxing out points on him as best we can, and at this point it's kind of just a waiting game, but otherwise we're looking really good on most of our players. I will say that San Jose State is now after both of these 2-star DT tackles we've been after this season, Joey Cockrell and Cam Bean. I'm doing a hard sell to both of them. Our hard sells are actually quite good for both of these players, so hopefully we can gain more influence than San Jose State. And then the other one is a Mike linebacker, Manny Childers. San Diego State is now pursuing him. We are up to first on the board immediately for Dante Dobbins, a quarterback that we're kind of loosely going after, and I decided not yet to put points on Manu Grutadaria. Our final game of the season is against the Wyoming Cowboys, who have not had the best of seasons. They're 5-6, 3-4 in the conference. And if we take a look at conference standings, Hawaii basically has no shot at making the championship anymore, as the two teams above them, other than Boise State, of course, are UNLV and San Jose State, who are currently their only 2 losses in the conference on the year. So at this point, UNLV has basically clinched, and obviously Boise State is basically a lock. But after the first 4 teams, just in total win-loss, it is a huge drop-off. After Hawaii's 7-4, the next best teams are all 5-6. The Mountain West is going to be really interesting with a lot of these teams leaving for the Pac-12. And by the way, for the final game of the regular season, my plan is to start Demarcius Davis. Ali Hado is still kind of dealing with an ankle injury that he got at the end of the previous game. And the other thing is that he has a deal breaker on playing style for us right now, meaning that there's a good chance that he is attempting to transfer out. And as much as I think there might be a quarterback controversy between these two players, if Ali Hado is leaving, I'd rather kind of just, you know, show to Davis that this is his offense. And at the moment, he's feeling fine after suffering his injury. If the offense continues to struggle with him at the helm, since he's, you know, not nearly as quick as Ali Hado, then, you know, maybe we can have a discussion about trying to keep Ali Hado around and having him be the starter going forward. Obviously, we saw how good the offense is with Ali Hado's scrambling ability, but Davis is just not really a risk of leaving because he wants playing time, and he's got it here at Hawaii. Back home for one more time this season, it's Hawaii versus Wyoming. Two teams that were kind of supposed to be the bottom of the barrel of the Mountain West. Hawaii on their way to a bowl game, and Wyoming only a game short, so they've got a lot to play for here today. Let's finish off the regular season strong. Wyoming has won the last 2 matchups in a row between these two teams. Let's see if we can put that streak to an end today. Wyoming, by the way, really hurting at halfback as their 2 top halfbacks are injured coming into this one. This is Harris, their 3rd string halfback. He is still about an 80 overall, but then it falls off a cliff. Darius McIver, number 83 in the backfield, he is a 68 overall halfback. He will get the carry here, and he's going to lose yardage. Logan Taylor with a TFL. The senior linebacker, likely his final game here in Hawaii. 2nd down and 12 for the Cowboys. And McIver will not get the carry because it's going to be a throw to the tight end, who gets the first and then steps out of bounds. So far, so good for Caden Anderson and the Wyoming Cowboys offense. Here is Harris on a carry, picking up 4. 2nd down and 6, just a couple yards shy of the 50. As Anderson tries to get us to jump, and then will keep it. He's going to carry it himself. Decent blocking, but Jackie Johnson gets off of his. Really solid season for Jackie Johnson. Opened up really strong. Still has 8.5 sacks. Could end up with double digits after today is over. 3rd down and 5. A lob downfield. This is nearly intercepted by big play Tim Malo, but dropped. Now they will punt it away. Davis rode the bench a week ago in the loss to UNLV. It is once again his offense here against Wyoming to end the season, and immediately he will find Jackson Harris. Harris clearly did not have the same chemistry with Ali Hado as he does with Davis, having one of his worst games on the season so far. Cam Barfield looking to have one of his better games on the season, and this is a good start for him. 1st and 10 from the 47. Davis throwing and finding Jackson Harris once again. Tries to hit a spin move, but is brought down at the 43. 2nd and a very short one. Handoff goes Barfield's way. I don't know if he got it. They say he did. So another 1st down for the Bows. And another throw outside for Jackson Harris, but it's way too high, which is something that Davis has struggled with this season. He is less accurate than Ali Hado, but obviously quite a bit taller with a stronger arm. 2nd down and 10. Davis throwing over the middle. He wants Nick Senecal. That is incomplete. Davis taking yet another hit as he tries to throw. Bit of a blitz on its way. Davis scrambling and launching one towards the end zone, but it leads Jackson Harris out of bounds, and Hawaii's drive is going to end the same way Wyoming's did. So 2 puntaways as Wyoming takes back over on offense. Anderson hit as he throws, finds his target though. It's Harris on the running back screen, and he will pick up a first down. From the 32 now. Handoff Harris, he outruns the defenders, good blocking, and Harris breaks away. Logan Taylor, though, is fast enough to chase him down. But where has this run defense gone? It was bad a week ago against UNLV and Jaden Thomas. I attributed that to Jaden Thomas being such a great player, but even against a weaker running back, we're having issues so far today, as this is John Michael Gillenborg. He is probably the best remaining offensive player on the team right now with the injuries to the top 2 halfbacks. Harris will get another play, and Tim Malo's there initially. Jackie Johnson cleans it up. 2nd and 9, only 4 minutes left to go here in the first quarter, as it'll be another handoff to Harris. Logan Taylor's not letting him get away this time. 3rd and 9, and it is empty for Caden Anderson from the 23. Stepping up, takes a hit as he throws. It's into the end zone, and it's dropped. Should have been a touchdown to Chris Durr Jr. It's in and out of his hands. So Wyoming looking to strike first with 3. And that one will be good. 3-0 Cowboys in this one. 1st and 10 Bows, as we look to throw it to Marshawas Davis over the middle, finding Jackson Harris for a big pickup. He's down at the 50. 1st and 10 Hawaii after the big pickup, and it'll be the first snag of the day for Nick Senecal. He'll pick up 5. Davis picking up right where he left off. Just a quick and efficient offensive game. That was kind of his bread and butter during the season. Another quick throw to Jackson Harris is going to be good enough for a first down. Minute 20 left to be played in the first quarter. And it's going to be another throw for Jackson Harris. It's another one that is high. I don't know if you've noticed this, but it seems to be when Davis throws to that sort of short right side of the field, the ball ends up high just about every single time. This time he'll throw over the middle, finding Jackson Harris again. A busy man Jackson Harris has been today. On the move are the Rainbow Warriors. Davis will look to throw again, finding Cam Barfield, and it's that same sort of short range throw that was high, but Barfield comes down with it because he was wide open. So it's goal to go for the Rainbow Warriors. Play action. Davis throwing and finding Jackson Harris. Touchdown Hawaii. And that drive looked easy. The Davis-Harris connection is back in full force after one game off, and Jackson Harris is having himself a day to remember. Right at the end of the first quarter, Wyoming will take back over from their own 25. Anderson throws to the outside, finding his target, and that's going to be a solid pickup of 8. Second quarter underway, 2nd down and 2. A carry for Harris is going to pick up the first. From the 38 now, another carry for Harris, trying to bounce it to the outside. There's nowhere to go. Peter Monema is right there. A loss of 3. The senior safety showing up with a TFL in what is likely his final game in the home uniform, as Harris will go down after a loss of a yard. That is Elijah Robinson, by the way. Injury not that serious, as he is back for this one. 3rd and 14 for the Cowboys. Anderson, with plenty of time to throw, finds his tight end. What a snag right behind Tim Malo. 2nd and 10 from the Hawaii 49, and it's a handoff to McIver, and Edwards, very sure tackler there to the outside, gets it done. 3rd down and 8. Can Hawaii get a stop? Anderson over the middle, good tackle from Jalen Smith. It's 4th down, and they're gonna punt it away from here. A very good kick pins us at our own 5. Not safe from a safety here, as Barfield breaks a tackle, breaks another one, and picks up 8. So immediately, a lot more breathing room for Hawaii. From the 13, Barfield going to get another carry, tries to go to the outside and trying to break away, but can't find the first down yardage. 3rd and 1 for the Bows. And it's going to be a throw for Pefele Ashlock on the screen. He breaks the tackle, and he has the first down. From the 18 now, slow and steady, as this is a throw for Pefele Ashlock, wide open down the field. Jukes out one defender. Is Pefele Ashlock gone? I think he is. Touchdown, Hawaii. Pefele Ashlock on his biggest pickup of the entire season from 18 to the end zone. Touchdown Hawaii. We will extend our lead off of the juniors play. Ashlock and Harris each with touchdowns now for Hawaii. That should be the main 1-2 punch for the receiver room for the Rainbow Warriors next season. Kind of getting a view of that. Here is down goes Anderson. It's Elijah Robinson. The senior edge rusher had a pretty slow start to the season, but has really picked it up here in the last 4 games or so. Anderson goes down in the end zone. It's a safety for the Rainbow Warriors and 2 more points. I saw that Logan Taylor was a part of it, and Anderson just cannot get rid of the football. So everything's coming up Hawaii right now. A safety means we have the football again. It is 16-3 for the Rainbow Warriors. A screen set up for Cam Barfield. Has a blocker to follow down the field. Barfield is going to get to the 40. A good pickup. 5 minutes left to play in the half, and Davis will look to throw. Going to actually step up and scramble, sliding down after a pickup of 7. 2nd and 3. And this is going to be a throw for Cam Barfield on the check down. That's a first down. 2nd down after no gain. Looking to throw once again as Davis takes a hit. Wanted Barfield on the check down. Couldn't get it to him in time. From the 29 now. Davis running out of time, scrambling, throwing for Nick Senecal, who makes the catch. They left him alone there for some reason. We know Nick Senecal comes down with that type of ball all the time. Sad to see him go after this season. I think he's a very fun receiver. 1st and 10 from the 18. Barfield is going to lose a yard. 2nd down and 11 from the 19. 2-minute timeout has come and gone. Davis tries to get this off to Oki Salavea. It's incomplete. The big issue all season has been this O-line. If it can be fixed next year with the weaker Mountain West that we're going to be seeing, Hawaii might have a chance to win it, as this will pick up a few, but not close enough to the first. Kick is on its way and right down the middle. Hawaii will add 3 more. And now we've got a very odd score of 19-3. Wyoming desperately needs some points before halftime after the safety. 3 additional points from Hawaii on the ensuing possession, as Anderson will throw over the middle, and that is swatted away. Anderson clearly uncomfortable in the pocket so far today. Out of the shotgun with Harris to his right. It's just a quick throw to Harris, and there's not much there. It's 3rd and 9. They're not going with a ton of urgency at the moment, but they will go to the air. Anderson, good pocket, finds his man, but he's short of the first, and the Rainbow Warriors will call a timeout because we might be able to get some more points after this punt. From the 41, 1st and 10 for the Rainbow Warriors. And down goes Davis. Couldn't find an open man. Now it's 2nd and 17 as Davis will look to throw again, and he wants Jackson Harris, who breaks the tackle. We will hurry it up. It's a 3rd down and 7. Less than 30 seconds remaining. This is a throw for Carson Papunu over the middle, and that'll be a first down, and we'll use our 2nd timeout. 17 seconds left for Davis and company, as he'll throw one deep for Pefele Ashlock. I thought he caught that for just a split second. 3rd down. Davis is back to pass and scrambling, running out of time as he tries to heave one deep for Nick Senecal. It goes incomplete. That'll end the first half. 19-3 for Hawaii, as they're kind of dominating this one. The Bows do also start with the football here in the second half. Looking to throw is Davis. He's got Nick Senecal open to the right side, as he had to do a weird spinning throw, but it's completed for a first. On 2nd down, Davis to throw again and takes the check down to Barfield, which will pick up just a few yards. Suddenly, Wyoming is getting pressure pretty much every single play. Now it's a 3rd and 7. Davis just looking for any kind of time to throw. He doesn't have it. Couldn't get rid of it in time. It's a 4th and 7. So the defense did its job for the Cowboys. Now the offense needs to do its part. 2nd and 7 coming up. Anderson on a carry. Big block for Anderson. Mendiola Jensen has to bring him down. Anderson a little slow to get up on that one. Took a pretty big hit. Now it's a 3rd and 1 from the 29. Will they dare go to the ground? They do, and Harris is stood up. No gain, 4th and 1. They will punt it away. So 1st and 10 Rainbow Warriors after another defensive stop, and Davis is going to scramble to the right and pick up 3. They've obviously picked up on the fact that Davis is always looking for Jackson Harris, as he has been pretty well covered as of late. He's going Harris's way again. Is that caught for a first? It is. Behind the outstretched hand of the DB. 2nd and 9. Davis throwing for Pefele. Ashlock breaks a tackle, has the first down. From the 31 now, Barfield gets a carry following some good blocking this time and picks up 8 yards. On 2nd and short, it's a throw for Ashlock. It's completed. But my goodness, that was scary. 3rd down and 3. Davis throwing, finds Jackson Harris, and Harris turning it upfield as another first down for Hawaii. In the red zone, Davis looking to throw, maybe looking to scramble, doing his best Mike Alihado impression. The Marshawas Davis in for 6. Touchdown, Hawaii. As we get in for 6 yet again, and this one may already be out of reach for Wyoming. Decided to just go ahead and fast forward to the end of the game because we all saw where that one was going. It was going to be a win for Hawaii. Few garbage time scores, some field goals for us, another touchdown from Wyoming. Final score ended up being 32-16 in favor of the Rainbow Warriors. So all in all, we end up finishing the season 8-4 in the regular season and 6-2 in the conference. And if you had asked me before the year got underway, I would have predicted basically the exact opposite of both of those. I think this team is surprisingly good considering the 68 overall. We've got a lot of very capable players. Offensively, defensively, I think 68 overall was probably a bit unfair. So the regular season has officially come to a close. Hawaii will finish 8-4. Let's go ahead and advance the week. So here is pretty much the final standings in the conference. Boise State, UNLV 11-1 each. San Jose State and Hawaii each finish 8-4 and 6-2 in conference. Next best team was New Mexico at 6-6. with a negative 57 point differential. San Diego State finished with a positive point differential, but ended up 5-7. Very odd. And it's pretty notable, by the way, that Hawaii went 6-1 at home this season and only 2-3 on the road. We are clearly a better home team, and that kind of tracks with the distance that this team has to travel. San Jose State, after a 2-4 start, finished the season with 6 straight wins and ended up 8-4. Pretty impressive from them. We kind of kick-started that for them, really. And before we find out who our bowl opponent will be, I just want to take a quick look at the season stats. Won't harp on these for too long because we'll obviously do it kind of as the beginning of the offseason episode, but 2,500 yards, 15 touchdowns, 7 picks for the Marshawas Davis. In the rushing game, Barfield ended up over 600 yards. We could not run the ball this season worth anything. 3.8 average yards per carry for Barfield. In the receiving game, Jackson Harris, despite having good game after good game, did not have 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season. 876 for him, 623 for Senecal. 5 touchdowns for Pefele Ashlock, despite being the clear third option. If you're curious who gave up the most sacks, it is left tackle Christian Perry and Dean Brisky, who I believe, despite being a left tackle, plays on the right side. Defensively, Logan Taylor and Jalen Smith each had 100+ tackles. Jalen Smith with 26 tackles for loss leads the team, and Dejon Benton with 13 sacks leads the team. We only had 4 interceptions this year. Verdell Edwards with 2 of those. Kilinahe Mendiola Jensen forced 2 fumbles, and we had a number of players force 1. Elijah Palmer, Logan Taylor, each with 2 fumble recoveries. 86% field goal percentage for Kansei Matsuzawa, and he was perfect on extra points this season. It is time for conference championship week. Let's see who's playing who. You got Tulane and Navy for the American. In the ACC, it is Duke and Clemson. In the Big 12, it is BYU and Iowa State. Penn State and Oregon in the Big 10. Conference USA is Jacksonville State and Liberty. You got Ohio and Buffalo in the MAC. The Mountain West is UNLV and Boise State. The SEC is Alabama and LSU. And then the Sun Belt is JMU and Southern Mississippi. Before we see who wins their conferences, This is a look at the CFP top 25. Prior to that, the top 5 consists of Clemson, Penn State, Oregon, BYU, and Ohio State. Then you got Iowa State, Baylor, Indiana, Texas Tech, and Michigan for the remainder of the top 10. And here is the rest of the top 25, Boise State at 17 and UNLV at 23. And prior to the conference championships, here is the projected college football playoff bracket. Top 4 are Clemson, Penn State, Oregon, and BYU. LSU, Ohio State in the first round would go pretty crazy. You've also got Michigan and Baylor. Navy being in here is really cool as well. So let's go ahead and advance the week, see who wins each conference, and see the official college football playoff bracket. The Heisman Trophy winner is Ohio State quarterback Julian Sayin, and those are really good numbers. We will play Middle Tennessee in the Idaho Potato Bowl. I was expecting maybe a tougher opponent after an 8-4 and 6-2 season, but they gave us 6-6, 4-4 Middle Tennessee, who is worse than us on paper, and that doesn't happen super often. We may have just been handed a bowl victory, and these are always kind of fun to look at. Here are the offers from other teams for Johnny McNulty. San Diego State saw us beat them and is like, you know what, we need that guy. So here is the conference championships. Tulane upsets Navy, winning the American. Duke upsets Clemson, winning the ACC. BYU destroys Iowa State. Penn State beats Oregon. Liberty beats Jacksonville State. Ohio with a win over Buffalo. Boise State kind of dominating UNLV, and Alabama by 1 wins the SEC over LSU. And then James Madison with a win by 2 over Southern Miss. So what has that done to the bracket? This is now official. Penn State is the 1 seed. BYU has found themselves as the 2 seed. Then it is Clemson as the 3, Oregon as the 4. First round is Boise State versus Ohio State, Texas Tech versus Iowa State, Duke versus Baylor, and Bama versus Indiana. So Clemson still the 3 seed despite losing the ACC championship to Duke. Well, that is going to do it for this episode. The next episode will be the bowl game, where Hawaii will take on the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders in what I expect to be a victory. And then after that, we'll get into the off season and into year number 2. Thank you guys for the continued support, and thank you so much for watching. Shout out as always to the channel members for continuing to support me. If you find yourself coming back on the regular and you aren't already subscribed, go ahead and hit that sub button for me. It does help me out a lot. I will see you guys in the next episode, where Hawaii takes on Middle Tennessee in the famous Idaho Potato Bowl.